Let's unpack this with the Police and Prisons Civil Rights Union President, Thulani Ngwenya, joining us now via our video link. Great to have you on the program, sir. Thanks very much indeed for making time. And what a difficult time it is, I imagine, for many of your members watching with the rest of the country as we continue discovering, or at least trying to figure out what happened.
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to your viewers at home. Firstly, let's send our condolences to the family and the entire POPCRU members and SABC at large. It's a very difficult situation that we're facing, because our hopes, we were pinning that it might happen that when members are discovered, are going to be discovered still alive. But unfortunately, they were found in that situation that we were found in, of which we still have more questions than answers. But the good part is that their families have been able to identify and confirm their bodies that they are found, other than what we have been perceiving, that maybe they were hijacked or what, of which with the investigation we are still sure that there will be something that is going to come out.
Yeah, we've obviously been speaking to a number of people to try ascertain even what it will take to crack a case like this. And some of the questions that have emerged is whether or not, I beg your pardon, officers of the same ranking should have been traveling alone without any senior accompaniment, if you know what I mean. Is that something that you reckon is worth exploring?
No, and here we must put this thing into context, because it's said that they were off. So there was no need for a senior person to accompany them. They were off duty, they went home to visit their family. As you know, they were on the detachment. And now they're on the way back to work. So they were about to report back to work when this tragic incident happened. So now the junior members, they were traveling on their own car, of which now the puzzle that needs to be collected together is the question of finding the car. And once you find the car, then we can establish that whether really what happened, or was it an accident, or it happens that after what would have happened in that they were just dumped there in that. So those are the things that we need to make sure that we collude, of which we believe that the work that the police have put in, ultimately, if we can find the car, then we'll be able to draw in the puzzle. Also, the post-mortem will be able to tell us how did it happen and when did it happen. So for now, I think the work that have been done, we applaud it very well.
Yeah, the mysteries don't end there, of course. A total 5 bodies were discovered yesterday, 3 belonging to these constables, and we're told 1 other body belonging to an SABC member. I mean, this is a twist that I think few people had anticipated. What questions as a union do you have about that?
It's big questions to say the incident of these members culminated to another body of an admin support service member who was found there, and his car was found at the scene. Then it raises questions to say, why now the other car was not found there when the other one was found there with the other body? So there are a lot of questions that as a police official and as a union member, you will ask yourself, of which we believe that the team that have been put together, the work that have been done so far, and we also applaud the person who have all come out to say, I've seen a car in that river, not to tell the police. Then the work started. So maybe let's wait and see whether is it going to be feasible that police find the car of these members, because that's the most important, of which also leave us many questions to say from the garage up to the scene of the alleged incident that has happened. What happened to the tracker at that time? Remember, the tracker is not owned by the police. it's owned by private people, of which they need to come to the party and tell us what happened, why the tracker did not pick up, so that the investigation should start immediately when the tracker loses power. But it seems as if the tracker disappeared. We're at the garage. So it leaves so many questions and answers.
Yeah.
But we are saying at least the bodies have been found. Now we need to move to another step of leaving no stone unturned in doing the investigation around what happened, including those that were found there, the two other bodies.
Absolutely. The tracker was switched off. Their cell phones were all switched off at around the same time. It's highly unlikely that all three of them were not wearing a seatbelt. So there's questions about how they could have been separated from their vehicle, even if, let's say, there was an accident that took place. But outside of all of that, I have no doubt that your members are watching this very closely. And I wonder, as the president of the union, how concerned you are about the chilling effect all of this mystery might have for some of your members who, too, during now and until there are conclusive answers, have to be deployed to various parts of the country and are perhaps nervous to undertake that journey.
Yeah, we want to assure our members that we'll be with them, those who are left, because now if you look at this, it has traumatized 3 provinces. Free State, where they are coming from, where they were originally placed in terms of work. Gauteng, where the incident has happened, it traumatized also people from Gauteng, and Limpopo, where they were currently deployed. So you've got 3 provinces that need to be taken into consideration when you bring EHW and make sure that they get the service that is needed to calm them down. We'll be also trying our best as a union to go and have a discussion with the members that are affected, including the families, to say we show our support that their loss is our loss, because we don't want any other policeman that would have can be killed or can die while doing the job. So we'll call upon also SAPS to make sure that all the multi-facet approach in terms of support that are there, including our medical aid, they can bring together to make sure that all these members in these provinces, they are being taken into consideration for support and giving a debriefing and all those things so that they can continue to work.